Hello YouTube! We are back playing Remi's roguelike Rampage. Today we are in Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup, or just Stone Soup. Um, we're gonna go ahead and start with a dungeon crawl, right? And these are all the races that you can be. Now, your race can directly affect the class that you are allowed to be, right? So, for instance, well, it's hard to explain, but some classes can't be like your demigod or your demon spawn can't be something holy, you know. But I'll go through them. Human, mundane, and average, you know, your standard human race. Then you have the high elves, who are proud, who cast spells as well as they can fight with a sword. The deep elves, which are very, very magic based, but they're very weak. The sludge elf, which is like the lowest version of the elf, and it's more like a rogue and dark magic kind of stuff. You know, they're sneaky. Um, I would akin them to the drow almost, if you know D&D stuff. Um, they're probably socially less than the drow, because the drow kind of think of themselves as really high ups. But anyway, the deep dwarf, which live underground, but they can't regenerate health naturally. But they are very, very resistant to uh, damage and stuff like that, and they're often clerics, which means they can heal themselves magically. Hill Orc. Hill Orcs, skilled in close combat, um, a little bit of magic, very, very, how should I say it? Hated. I mean, it says it right there, hated by most, but I mean, they're hated and they're feared. People try to avoid them. It's not people run them out of town, it's people build towns away from them, kind of a thing. Um, and the Orcs are very proud, but they feel superior. And they feel superior, not but. Merfolk, half fish, half human, you know. Um, they are not your typical, you know, head of a or upper body of a human, lower body of a fish. They're kind of that hybrid, where they can walk on land and swim in water. Um, they are good at combat, and they use magic to assist them in battle, which is probably buffs or light spells. Um, Halfling, small but hardy. They like to use slings apparently, and increased resistance to mutagenic effects. Uh, Typical halfling thing is rogue. That's like their typical class. And then we're going to go over to kobold, which is a small, mischievous little lizard thing. Very fragile, probably about the same height as a halfling, and multi-talented. They can and will eat anything, which is a good thing in this kind of dungeon crawl, because you kill something, often their corpse is there, but most things can't just eat raw meat. So yeah, but they can't eat vegetables or fruits, and you do find fruits and vegetables throughout the dungeon. Spriggan. Spriggans make highly competent stabbers and spellcasters. They are They're like little, if I'm correct, they're like little tree spirit kind of things. I don't actually know. I know that there's an anime called Spriggan, and it's a fairly bloody anime. Uh, so the Naga, which is a hybrid human from the chest up, and snake from the torso down. I think it's like Yanti in D&D. Is it the Yanti? Something like that. I should actually. And the books are all the way across the room. Never mind. um, but they move slowly, but they're very naturally resistant to poisons and things like that. I do believe that the they can develop some kind of bite effect, like they get poison later on as they level up. Uh, but don't quote me on that. I don't know. Centaurs are swift, strong, and bulky. Uh, they need a lot of food, and they are skilled with ranged weapons. So, your typical archer kind of thing. Ogre, which is large and strong, brutes, stupid kind of things, but they are comfortable with lower magic. Um, the troll, large brutes, ready to maim with their claws. They don't think twice, which means they just dive right in, charge attacks, and they're always hungry. The Minotaur, which I actually do enjoy playing as in this game so far. I've played as everything except so far that what we've mentioned. I've played as everything but the troll and the deep dwarf. Um, and I do like playing as the Minotaur specifically, and I also like playing as the Spriggan. For some reason, I end up getting pretty far in with the Spriggan. Don't know why. And the Sludge Elf. I'm pretty decent with the Sludge Elf. The large, muscular human with the head of a bull, typical. I think in D&D it's not called a Minotaur, it's called a Beast of Legend or something, I don't know. Or it's Minotaurs are in with the Beast of Legend category. Um, they excel at all forms of close-ranged combat, which is early on, that's good to be a close-range combatant. Minotaur with the class of Gladiator is usually what I pick if I pick Minotaur. The Tengu, which is a bird-like, uh, not really harpy-like, but, avian-esque features. Uh, they like to fight both with weapons and spells, but they are frail. They learn to fly swiftly later on, which means you actually gain bonuses. You don't set off as many traps. You can move faster than opponents, or some faster opponents you can move just as fast. The Draconian, which is basically a dragon hybrid humanoid thing. They mature when they reach level 7 and develop a color, kind of like in D&D. And this is very much based off D&D. Um, that's why I'm comparing a lot of it too. But they develop a color like in D&D. You would have red dragons that breathe fire, white dragons that breathe cold. Um, I think, was it blue dragons that breathe lightning? Gold dragons that just have this like massive explosion effect kind of thing. Um, so yeah, you develop a color. The color happens randomly, and that's at level 7. Until then, you are pretty much you're pretty tough. Um, I do enjoy playing as them, but I have never made it. I haven't played them that much, but I enjoy it when I do. But I've never made it to level 7 to actually get a color with them. The demigod, which never follows a god, and you do have a choice to follow a god or not. Um, but they make up for not following a god and getting the benefits of following a god with their divine attributes and health, which basically means that they're really resistant to stuff. They're kind of they're pretty much a tank. That's the best I can say. They're a tank as tanky as you can be. They don't get affected by much. Demon Spawn, which I really love playing, are half human, half demon, and acquire strong demonic mutations as they grow, which means you have a chance each level to grow develop a mutation in the form of wings, claws, um, extrasensory things, I believe. I had one that gained this like ooze stuff. You can gain scales, which the scales one is actually really good, but I won't go into it. It's basically like natural armor plus your other armor. Mummy, an undead figure covered in bandages and embalming fluids, compelled to walk by an ancient curse. This is another one that I have not played as. I have not also played as the ghoul, an undead damned to rot eternally. They are always looking for rotten food to eat, hacking away with their claws. Now, this means that you can pick up food and then when it rots, eat it, I believe. Haven't played them as them, but I'm guessing that's what it does because the food does rot. Or you can just leave it there and come back to it later. Uh, so you basically, as long as you're killing, you're always getting food. The vampire, shifting between states of life and undeath, they're accomplished stabbers and casters, which means basically rogue or mage, or a combination thereof. Um, Felid, I don't really know how to pronounce this one. Um, these many-lived cats possess sentience, uh, but are incapable of advanced manipulation or the use of armor or weapons. So basically, they are a cat that can cast magic. Um, this is a concept that has been visited many times. I think one incarnation of them is called whatever, however you pronounce this. You can find it on the D&D forums probably. Um, I think another version is like, if I remember correctly, it's like Elven Star Stepper. And then some of them are just called catfolk and, uh, or, yeah. There's a couple different variations of this species. It's not D&D canon, but people do insert it into D&D quite often. And then the octopod, a species of amphibious cephalopods. They can wear 8 rings, but almost no armor fits them. You can find armor that fits them. It's just you have to kill another octopod in order to get it, pretty much, or buy it in a shop. And I'm not sure if this has shops or not. Um, anyway, this is Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup version 0.12.2, and they do have a graphical interface in this. Now, I have it on my Android phone as well, which does not have a graphical interface and is much more annoying to play. So this is actually this is like my second or third time playing um, on my computer. Every other time has been on my phone. So some things are going to be different, and I will be learning as we go a little bit. But I'm going to pick random, which is the star key, Shift 8. And we are Tengu. I forget what no, Tengu is the bird people. Yeah. So you can see that some of them are, well, my voice cracked there. Yeah, sorry. You can see that some of them are darker than others as far as classes go, and they are divided up amongst warrior, zealot, warrior mage, mage, and adventurer. I am going to go over them. Fighter is your typical fighter, equipped with armor, shield, and a weapon of their choice. Gladiator, ready for fight in the arena with light armor, nets, and weapon of their choice. For some reason, I prefer Gladiator over Fighter. I think it's because you get more mobility with the Gladiator. But monks, uh, they are they're just fists. Monk is also a good class. I enjoy the monk. They're just fists, or I think they can get staves, and they gain stock in the first god that they worship. Hunter, which we are surprisingly not supposed to pick. Hunters are able to attack with ranged weapons of their choice without relying on pesky magic. Yeah. Assassins, which are basically like it's basically the rogue of this setup. The artific art artificers, something like that. But they start out with a few magical devices, and meaning like wands, or I think they can get some traps too. I've only played this once, and I only made it to like halfway to level 2. Wanderer, start with random equipment and skills, which is what I'm going to pick. Actually, no, I should probably pick something that goes with this uh, race. But Berserker, which is basically they believe in the god Trog, which is the god of like death, destruction, blood, and guts, and all that stuff. Um, and yeah, they don't like magic, and they're basically like D&D berserkers. Um, and I like the end. Not much can stop a raging berserker early on, apart from hubris. Abyssal Knight, which worships Luganu, um, sent from the abyss into the dungeon to spread corruption and chaos. I have played as this, didn't get very far. I don't know what their specialty is, but Chaos Knight. Playthings of unpredictable Zom, which is a god, and the subjects of the god's constantly changing moods, which means you can actually be killed directly by your god, or indirectly by your god, or you can become almost a god yourself, because he's like, I'm gonna give you this weapon, or I'm gonna bless your weapon, that kind of thing. Death Knight. Death Knights are melee fighters who command the undead in the name of, I'm not even gonna pronounce that, of the dark. Priest. Followers of Zin, spreading God's word through the dungeon's inhabitants. Hill orcs instead follow the orc god Brog? Brog? I don't know. Healer, which is what I suggest if you're a deep dwarf, even though I haven't played as them. Uh, they heal themselves. Um, if you heal something that's a passive attacking mob, it can become your friend, or at least stop attacking you. So Warrior Mage, Skald, melee fighters who can boost themselves in battle with spells and war chants. They're basically like, they just give themselves buffs. They don't have offensive spells. Um, Transmuters, which is a cool one to be, shift from their fight into beast shape. They can turn sickness into or sticks into snakes as well. Warper. Warpers start with their weapon of choice and a scroll of blinking. They can learn spells from the Book of Spiritual Translocation. I was a warper once with a Spriggan, and it actually came in aid because I was like, I didn't kill that many things, but I got pretty deep in the dungeon. Arcane Marksman, which basically use magic um, to debuff their foes and a ranged weapon. And then Enchanter, use spells from a book of maledictions and incapacitate their foes, equipped with a dagger and some darts. And then the Wizard is the typical spell caster. The Conjurer, which does direct damage spells. Let me get this straight. It's like your blanket class. It does a little bit of everything, the Wizard. The Conjurer is purely offensive spells. The Summoner is basically one of those people that summons little animals to do their bidding, and as they progress in levels, they get bigger and bigger animals. Necromancers, specializing in death magic, and they have some offensive spells. They eventually get to raise the dead or command the dead. Fire Elementalist um, are specifically fire spells and all that brings. Same with ice, air, and earth. Earth is actually good for your kind of, if you want to be a mage, but you also want to be a tank, go Earth. And then Venom Mage, which is specifically types of Venom. Now, I'm gonna go with monk. No, because I want to show you some of the weapons too. Um, you know what? Let's just go with conjurer, because that's kind of your. Or what was Death Knight? I forget. Or yeah. Hmm. Or assassin. Yeah, we'll go assassin. So hit enter, and we are this person at the top. These little things that I'm moving over, these three ones, are ways out of the dungeon, but you can't get out of the dungeon until you complete the task. Now over here is our inventory, right? And we can see all sorts of stats on those. These are actions or skills that you can do. And this is a specific monster that you see in the area, and this is the map. As you can see, my cursor moves as I move over the map. And up here, Enix, the Sneak, Tengu, 12-12, Zero Magic, AC's 3, like in D&D, Evasion 12, Shield 0, Strength 11, Intellect 11, Dexterity 15, Dungeon level 1, Time, yeah, go away, thank you. Time is basically how long we've been in the dungeon. Your time goes up with each um, move, and we are wielding a +2 dagger and nothing quivered. However, we do have some sneak effects that we can do, and I'm not sure if you can see that, but we're going to go ahead and click that. There we go. Okay, so I just had a pop-up. So we see this item here, right? And you see here a spear, so we're going to grab it, and we now have in our inventory a +0/+0 spear quivered. And this is a blowgun, apparently. And these green ones are things that we have equipped, right? Curare, tipped needles, and poison needles, bread, and sediment green potion. Okay. There's also tabs here where spells can be shown, skills, and system commands, navigation, all that stuff. So basically all this over here is new to me. Go away, Netgear. I don't care about you. Telling me I'm connected to the internet? I don't care. So this is a nice kind of texture pack. I think there are other texture packs for it, but we can move into the water, right? But we can't move over plants. However, apparently we can attack this plant. This plant is heavily damaged. You hit the plant, but no damage. You clawed the plant, but no damage. Severely damaged. So you can actually kill plants. That's nice to know. I wonder if you ever get anything from the plant. But this first dungeon, right, is the first level is actually one of the most crucial. Sometimes it's easy and sometimes it's like blatantly hard. So we have some gold over here and we have a bat on us, which is kind of annoying. And you can't attack diagonally, but bats move fast. But I think since we're avian brethren, we can move just as fast. Can't we grab that? Thank you. Oh yeah, when you see a monster, your auto stuff doesn't happen because it takes some time to do that, in which time your enemy can do something. But we can look at this guy, right? A hobgoblin. A larger and even uglier goblin, with even worse temper to match. Many foolish adventurers have underestimated the danger of crossing a hobgoblin and paid for with their lives. However, it looks easy to us. So we're going to actually back off here, right? Because if you lose sight... Oh, dang, he found us. Of these guys, you can get a sneak attack. Alright, so what do we see here? See a hobgoblin corpse. That's it? There's no... Let's see, if I grab it? Nope, it's just... So we're going to drop that again. This game, that kind of looks like a trap there or something. I don't know. Actually, let's go check it out. Can I search? No. This game is a very good roguelike, I believe. Let's see. We have a newt. Newts, I do not believe, are that difficult. It's tiny and it looks easy, so yeah. This game is a good one. Brogue, I believe, if you want, it's kind of like the lighter version. You know, you don't have all the stats and stuff to go with it. It's just your gear, and that's pretty much it. But here you have to factor in your gear, um, monsters gear, the... Did I really? Wow. Killed it in one hit. The surroundings, you know, there's all these, and I mean, there's traps in Brogue, and there are traps here too. See, like right there, that's a dart trap. There is a dart trap here, so we got hit by a dart, and it didn't really do much. Ah, damn. It's another dart trap. That looks like a different kind of dart. But yeah, there's a big difference. Oh, yes, we went to pick up the pear. The silver dart. Let's see. Well, let's actually look at this guy. What is this guy? A kobold, okay. Kobold should be pretty easy. Bam, dead. Alright, so we are going to pick up his dart. And whatever kind of scroll this is. And we're going to go into our inventory, right? Is that the scroll I just picked up? Which item? Let's do it on the potion. Okay. So it's a potion of agility. That's nice. So let's go ahead and use that. Or, let's see. Increase dexterity and evasiveness when it drinks. I'm not sure if those potion effects wear off. So I'm going to save it for now. But Brogue is kind of, it's more basic, but that doesn't mean that it's worse. It's just its own little thing. Dang it, it shot two. Oh man. Oh, we died. So yeah, it's very easy to die in these games. So we had that dagger was +2/+2. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty much all we had. And there we go, slain by a kobold again. Alright, so we're going to jump back in here, right? And we are going to go as a demon spawn, okay? We're going to go as a basic fighter. And we're going to start with a... Let's start with a hand axe. No, let's go exotic. We'll start with a trident. So we're a demon spawn, marching around here. It shouldn't be too hard to kill pretty much everything that comes along. Grab this. And this is an escape hatch into the floor. And you can move through things diagonally, right? But as I was saying, Brogue and Stone Soup are pretty much their own beasts. They are the same genre of game, but they are not, they are not in the same aspect. It's like comparing Super Smash Brothers to like some kind of arcade beat 'em up. It's like comparing Super Smash Brothers to Power Jewel. or power gem, or whatever that old Dream, or yeah, Dreamcast game is. Oh, I didn't have anything there. I think it's power gem. Alright, so we have a hobgoblin, and see, we took him out in one hit. We are going to grab the club, but not the corpse. Ooh, a glove. That's something we want. Pair of gauntlets. Alright, let's see. No, not wield. Wear. Let's wear. There we go. So now we're wearing our pair of gauntlets. I didn't check to see what our AC went up to, but it should have gone up a bit. Killed a bat in one... Oh no, he lived. Alright, so we took some damage there. But this game is going to be more comparable to Angband, or any of the Angband variants. Angband is kind of the standard roguelike game nowadays. Stone Soup is also very good. It's also one of the standards, I believe. It's one of the ones that I play most. In fact, I don't really play Angband all that much. Because I prefer the way Stone Soup does stuff. But Angband does have a bunch of different variants. In fact, there's even variants for like Legend of Zelda, and Metroid, I believe, and Castlevania. So, yeah. Alright, I think we are running out of room to explore, aren't we? Oh, didn't even see you there, guy. There's a rat. And you're just a corpse, okay. So let's go over here, which should be the last little area. Boom. Alright, so we got 2 scrolls now. I'm gonna try... Oh, 3 scrolls, actually. Okay, these guys are jackals. Jackals work in packs. They are easy to kill one at a time, but they're fast. So, we are going to try and take them on one at a time here. Oh, we've reached level 2. But we don't have any... Come on, kill the damn thing. Thank you. We now have a magic bar, for one. But we do not have... Ooh, what is that? That is a mace. And we have 15 stones down here. Stones can be used as a ranged weapon. Mace we can use if it's better than us. No. Yes. If it's better than our trident. But our trident is working well now, so I'm not even going to consider it at the moment. But we leveled up, and I forget how to check our character abilities. No. Skills. Fighting, armor. We have a -1 to shields. We have a -1 to dodging, -1 to armor, -1 to pole arms, which is what we're using. Man. But our fighting is actually 0. Maybe that's not a minus. It's hard to see on my screen. Huh. Yeah, that's weird. Display mutations, you are rather mundane. Darn. And other characters can get mutations from spells and such. This is, and gods, actually, gods can give you mutations. This is just one of the species that gets them naturally. And they almost are always good for you. Yeah, so I forget where is our hunger. I don't know. I'm sure it'll warn us when we're getting hungry. Alright, so we've pretty much... Yeah, see, bats move 2 away from you at once. It also means that they get 2 attacks. Boom. Death. Oh god. This isn't good. Come on. Bam! Okay. A dwarven dagger. We're taking that. Nah, we already have an orcish club. They're not all that good. I'm just taking it to kind of show you if we get that far. Cockroach. Giant cockroach. Alright, so we're going to go down to the next level, right? And we come across a kobold instantly. Apparently he used something. 24 bolts. We'll grab that in case we do want something ranged. We'll grab that. Let's see, 17 bolts and a lumpy pink potion. Okay, so we're going to go to our inventory screen and take kind of category of stuff. It looks like we have 4 different scrolls, a couple different weapons. However, I want to keep with our trident. And we have quite a bit of food, which is nice, and 3 different potions. So I think we are going to try and use K, which is a scroll. We are going to read it, and you feel strangely unstoppable. Must have been a scroll of teleportation. Gotcha. So we basically just teleported, you can see over on our map here, from up here down to here. So we now know what that scroll does. Oh, hello. Let's see, this is an adder. Every time I hear that word, it makes me think of the TV show The Black Adder. Actually, they were probably... We've reached level 3, which gives us strength, intelligence, or dexterity. I'm going to go with strength. Well, we should probably go with dex, actually, because our dex is rather low. So let's hit D. Scales grow all over part of your body. Iridescent scales. Ooh, let's check this out. Okay. Boom. You're partially covered in iridescent scales, AC plus 4. Snap! Our AC is 11 still? Really? It's kind of weird. Okay. So we have this room. This is a scroll that we already know of. That's why it had a little symbol below it. So we have another scroll of teleportation in case we get into a hot fix. Hot situation. Sticky situation. Oh god. Kill this guy. Grab his dart. I'm trying to make it up to the room that we teleported from the first time. Right? Because that's probably a good thing. This is a sling. Slings aren't that good unless you're proficient with them. Okay, we want to kill the bat first. Come on. Man, really? What is up with you, bat? This is what's annoying about bats, is they have the ability to kind of just move around you in very annoying fashions. And sometimes they just fly away from you, like this guy is sort of doing. Okay, I'm gonna just ignore him now. Ooh, grapes. That's nice. So yeah, we're back up here, and it's thundering outside my room, apparently. So... Yeah, we can try another scroll, I suppose. Scroll of teleportation. Let's go with N. Read. Nothing appears to happen. Okay. So we don't know what that scroll was. It was probably a scroll that affects things around us. Oh, I picked up the gold. A basalt altar. I forget how to pray, but I don't really want to at the moment. But it can be useful, especially if you're if you find an altar of a class that you are. You can get like healed instantly. You can get buffs, like permanent buffs. Oh god, not 2 of them. Okay, we're gonna stand right here until we get this guy, right? Grab hit that. Oh wait. No. Grab. Yes. Okay, and we're gonna Stay here until he comes down. Kill him. Let's go back here. Alright, so grab that. Yes. Yes. No. Grab, grab, because I do want the darts. We want the gold, so no to the corpse. No to the corpse. Oh, we've automatically picked up the gold. Alright, so it's very graphically non-interesting, right? These kind of games. And I kind of want to create a game, and that's the whole reason I'm playing this, is because I have this idea for a game, and I want to kind of flesh it out and make sure that there's not very many other games that are like it, and, you know, try and make it original. Um, uh, but it is going to be a roguelike. And I guess I should kind of explain roguelike. Um, there was a game forever ago called Rogue. That was the name of the game. And that is why games that are like it are called roguelikes. Go figure. Now, ooh, is that armor? That's freaking armor. We are grabbing that. Ah, if we have the ability to wear that, that would be awesome. Let's get this gold here first. I believe this is one of the ones that actually has shops, which means that your gold is actually useful. It's not just for points like in Brogue, which always kind of annoyed me about Brogue, but what you gonna do? But anyway, roguelikes are basically dungeon crawlers, but they're very stat oriented, which is why certain games want to be called rogues that I don't think are. Um, like, there's a new game out called Rogue Legacy. I'm sure plenty of you have played it. But the actual aspect of being roguelike isn't there. Yes, it's a dungeon crawler, and yes, it's stat oriented, but it's not a dungeon diver. It's not and I mean, it is technically a roguelike, yes, but it's not a traditional roguelike, I'll put it that way. Um, and I guess the thing that makes, let's see, what is this? Shining one. I might want to pray at this altar. Um, even though I am kind of demon-esque. Okay, we got a ring, scroll. So I guess that's my niche with it, is it's a platformer. It's not a top-down or like Legends of Grimrock, which came out not too long ago. Those, if the dungeon was randomly generated, that would be considered a roguelike. And there are games like that that have randomly generated dungeons. So you can have a first-person almost view of a roguelike, and it still be considered, you know, a traditional roguelike in my opinion. Grab this. What's this a shrine of? Okawaru. Okay. So, I'm going to go ahead and say that this place is pretty much completely found out. This is a staircase going up, apparently. Oh, man. No, 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 no. No. Don't want to walk into the dart trap. Surprised we saw that. But I am poisoned, and hopefully it goes away. Actually, let's see if we can eat something, right? Let's eat a meat. So now we're just poisoned. And hopefully we'll regain energy or HP. Oh, it's a mimic. Man. Okay, hold on. We have to like rest here. So let's rest. Heal and search a bit. Okay. So we've healed up a bit. But roguelikes don't... The reason that Rogue Legacy doesn't really appeal to me, I mean, it looks like a really fun game, don't get me wrong. It's just not a game that I think of when I think roguelike. Actually, the game I think of when I think roguelike is either this one, Stone Soup, or Dwarf Fortress. Um, and Dwarf Fortress is not a traditional roguelike, which is kind of funny. Um, let's see, is there one that allows me to... Okay, so my worship was not accepted. Let's go down to the other one and see if he will accept me. My worship. So yeah, that's another thing. Some gods are better than others, and being demon spawn, ooh, is a dangerous and powerful god of battle. Followers can gain a number of powers useful in combat as well as various rewards, but must constantly prove themselves through battle and sacrifice of corpses. He prefers heroic feats against much stronger enemies and pays little heed to easier victories. Furthermore, while fair fights are not required, harming one's allies will incur his wrath. He's neutral towards me. Hmm. Yes. Oh, do I have to hit shift yes? Okay. I am welcomed. So now we have another bar, right? Which allows us to renounce our religion, but as we gain favor with him, we'll get more abilities. Now we're going to go down again. So, last time I said that I was going to consider um, showing you guys powder. Oh, we reached level 4. I feel stronger. Ooh, we have regen for some reason. Hold on. We gotta check this out. You can steal the life force of nearby enemies. Sweet sauce. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, we'll grab the mace. Early on, it's a good thing to kind of grab everything you can, and then later on, you sort through stuff. But, yeah, Dwarf Fortress is not a traditional roguelike. I mean, it does have the, like, legendary mode or whatever, or legacy mode, maybe, in which you can treat it more like a normal roguelike, but, come on, just kill the thing. And you can see down here where he accepts my kill, the god, and that gives me favor. We're going to pick up the hammer and the armor. No. But the main part of Dwarf Fortress is not a traditional roguelike, and I will show you that, and that will be my longest one. I will spend several episodes on that one. Oh, whoops. So, just be warned, if you like Dwarf Fortress, you know, that's the time to get it. What is this? Snow-covered altar. Okay. Oh, it's an ooze! Snap. These guys poison. Yep, I'm poisoned. Alright, let's see if we have 3 of the same scroll, right? Let's use one. Hopefully it's like a... Ooh! Is it an item of... Is it an identify thing, or is it a... Okay, so we don't want hammer. I wish we had another pole arm. But let's use it on one of the maces. Let's use it on this. A +2/+0 mace. How about the dagger? Dwarven dagger. A +0/+0 dwarven dagger. Orcish hammer is a +1/+1 orcish hammer. And that was a scroll of identify. And as you can see, we got, if we go to inventory, we still have 2 other scrolls of identify. So we identified 3 things, but we didn't use all 3 scrolls. It's because each scroll has a different number that you can identify, I believe. It might be 3 all around, but I think it's a different number each time. Anyway, let's use another scroll. We haven't tried you yet. Oh, we got a scroll of fog. That's kind of good. It's handy to kind of escape from things. And that's a weird kind of door passage there. Let's see, what else about roguelikes? The game, I'm not going to really lead into it much that I'm trying to create because nothing is set in stone yet. And nothing will be set in stone for a very, 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 very long time. And actually, inventory, we need to use that scroll of teleport now. Because we are in trouble. Okay, we can take on a bat. Right? There we go. And we got regen a bit. Okay, so let's see if we can't take these guys on in a better way. Come here, guys. Narrow them into a wall. Oh, we gotta look at this guy. This guy looks cool. So, what happened to our sight thing? Let's just look at this guy. A worm. It is mindless, giant, annelid, annelid? I think it's annelid. Glistering with slime with unusually large teeth. It looks easy. It is slightly resistant to hostile enchantments. Okay. And we got regen. Ooh, what's this sword? A short sword. We gotta grab that. Yes. No. 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 Okay. Well, that was a bit easier than I thought. Great, we got lizards and we got... Let's just back up to this. So I can take them on one at a time. Ooh, we've reached level 5. Okay. So, yeah, I'm not going to go much into that game, just because nothing's set into stone. And I get the concept, and the theory, and the general idea of coding. I just don't actually know any coding languages, and I don't think it would take me that long to figure them out. Finally, I killed him. I just, right now, can't say that I know any coding languages. And I know that a lot of people go, like, to school to study coding languages, so me saying that it wouldn't take me that long to figure them out is kind of showy, I guess. I don't know. So we got a glowing orcish whip, which is nice. I'll use my scroll of identify here in a little bit. But for now, let's just keep going a little bit. Yeah, I think except for the pretty much bottom right, we've gotten this place covered. So as far as that game goes, don't expect to hear much about it because it's kind of a long-term ambition of mine. But I thought I'd do this and show you guys. I'm not going to kill all the mushrooms. We don't need to kill all the mushrooms. I'm hungry though. So let's eat something. Let's see, what should we eat? Let's eat some bread. Yeah, I think bread. Hello there. I don't know what you are, but you look interesting. Oh, beef jerky. Cool. So, and I am going to go this game, other than its graphics, because I do want mine to be kind of more graphic oriented, right? But my game uh, isn't probably going to be like this one, but I will state what I like about this game. It's got a nice overall, let's search here, no, overall stat cloud to it. It's kind of along the lines of D&D, and some people think that that's too many stats. I'm not one of those people. So let's use a scroll of identify here real quick. We'll use it on our K, which is our glowing orcish whip. A scroll of curse armor. Oh. Yeah, see, we only got one there, and I guess I hit lowercase k instead of uppercase K, so let's try that again. But that's nice to know. Read. So yeah, we need Shift K. A -3, -2 orcish whip. Alright, so this, we are going to, let's see, what do we do? Shift? No. Come on, give me, it's Shift left click, or drop. Did I drop it? Yeah. Okay. So we don't want that whip, even though it's glowing. So is this it's leading up. We need one leading down right here. I also like the general learning curve, because it does take a bit to get used to. Oh god, I'm just running into more things. Run away! And I'm probably gonna die here. Just gonna say that right now. Although I got regen, which is nice. I'm poisoned now. Run away this way. Oh god, not more of them. Damn, 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 damn. Can't I get a little hallway or something to fight these guys in? Oh, yep, I died. Alright. So, nothing too interesting in our weapons. Yeah, we just had +0 plate armor, and it's the only... we had +2 orcish leather armor, but I'm pretty sure the regular plate armor is better than +2 orcish armor. Our scrolls... Oh, we had a scroll of fog, I forgot about that. But we had a scroll of remove curse that we didn't know about, a scroll of enchant weapon that we didn't know about, and a scroll of recharging that we didn't know about. And an uncursed ring of poison resistance that we didn't try because I always went to identify rings before I put them on. Because some rings even go as far as to just bite off your finger. And we had 2 potions of heal wounds that would have come in helpful, and 2 potions of curing, which could have come in helpful. A potion of restore abilities, and a potion of flight. So, yeah. So this is going to be my last run. That was my last run there. Got as far, the farthest we did, dungeon level 4. So that was Stone Soup. Good game. I like the overall effect and feel of the game. However, it is not what I'm going for, but certainly aspects of it, the typical roguelike aspects of it, will be had. Um, do know that in the roguelike that I want to make, it is not going to be a purely medieval mythical world. There will be some other aspects to it. It's going to be kind of a world of its own. And it will be, you know, uh, fantasy, but it won't be your typical fantasy, I guess. Anyway, this has been Remi, or I have been Remi. This has been Stone Soup, delicious, delicious stone soup. And I will see you guys next time.